Hey, what's up, guys? Um, I try to find a way to make my video not live, but I guess it is. I don't know how to work this YouTube thing. I thought it would show my just recording something, but I'll figure it out later. But I'll just go into a live stream. So, this is an update. Let you guys know I am alive. I'm still around. We're still posting videos or doing things with Whydate. Um, we're just taking it, creating some content. I think that's the goal right now, is to create something for the listeners and viewers that are on our podcast. So we're just doing that. Still around, getting some updates. I got a lot to talk about, a lot of things to discuss, but it's just challenging. I guess I'm creating a website for everyone too. So just doing a little vlog, letting you know, of updates of what's happening with us so far. But it's just I'm in my little office, which is at someone's house, but I'm renting a room out from. But this is kind of something I'm able to do on a Monday when I'm off of work. But things have been changed. Things have been happening with me and myself in my life. So I'm not saying take a step back from doing episodes, but just trying to get back on track. I think that's the goal. What I'm trying to do is create some vlogs and just some updates. But I do miss everyone who's ever been listening. I love the support you guys are giving us, myself and the rest of the speakers that are on here. So thank you everyone. Collapse, right? But just yeah. If you guys have any other suggestions of content to throw out there, please let me know. That is much appreciated. It would give us something to talk about. And honestly, people say like I've been having doing this for about 3 years now. 3 years counting. You can't count like me doing every episode every week. That'd be awesome. There'll be a lot more episodes, but I have been doing the podcast game and reading up and doing video editing for about 3 years. But not running out of things to talk about. I think a lot of it's through experiences. Most people say, "Oh, well, you have a dating podcast, and you don't date," but that's not necessarily the case. It's just discussions. We're just having a discussion. I think it's needed for our generation. I see a lot of people go through challenges. People living lives, a single life, and especially millennials. All of us, including as a millennial, I'm a millennial, so I typically do that. There's little things I do want to talk about, little sneak peeks of what I'm going to talk about. I am going to talk about conversations with when you're on a date with someone, especially with the millennial. We typically like to be zoned in on our phones, our iPhones, or Android, whatever we're on our smart device. And we have people have conversations, a lot more conversations on via phone, and we already talked about that, phone in real life. But I think that what I've seen now, it's more people are doing that during their dates, which I'm a little old school. I'm not sure if that's a sign of they're bored with you or they're not interested in you. That could be the case. But, it's just the thought of just coming out. I think what it comes down to, even if it's a messed up date or a bad date or a good date, it's still someone's time to come out, time to come see you or plan a date out with you. And most of the time you're on the phone. It doesn't really irritate me as much because now I'm used to. Now I'm just so used to it now because it's just our generation is mostly just on our phones and everything is just so fast paced. So it used to irritate me. Now it doesn't really anymore. But I've seen it more frequently now. People have those discussions or have those topics with some of the people that I know who are on dates. They see that. And, especially for someone who's a little older, who sees that and who's dating someone younger, that's happened before. But I think that's the case that I've seen now lately, is that a lot of people just like to be on their phone, and it could be a sign of boredom. I mean, their phone is a lot more entertaining than what you were giving them. Fortunately, it's just kind of the hard truth that you're not piquing their interest enough for them to encourage the date or to make the date a lot better, pleasurable. So that's what I've noticed in that sense of it. So that's one topic I'm going to talk about, just that in general. I think I'm trying to blend it in together. Kiki and I are planning on doing something like that. So that is one thing I'm working on, one as far as content wise, and a little bit more about, man, I think it goes down. I've seen now recently that I thought that spending time with someone was more important. No, not necessarily. I think it's our generation. Money, financially, security is also a big thing, especially if you're a millennial and you like to travel. I think that's a big thing for our generation. I think we're so prone to traveling, seeing the world, eating the food, and we're doing it at a younger age. Whereas the generation before us, they retire and then they travel when they're older. They built up a stability to do that. They own a house, own a home, or own some property. They've been able to retire from their 40 years plus jobs, so they're able to travel the world. But for us, I think it's more reversed. So we worry about that stuff later, but we travel more and we enjoy our single life better. I think when it goes to relationship, they're hoping to find a suitable partner that does the same thing. And that's what I've seen now. They have like travel plans, travel buddies. And, it's just, like I said, it's just generation thing. I think we want to find someone like us. And I think we talked about that before. If you find someone like you who likes to do the same things you do, that could be a good and bad thing. I think it comes down to finding a balance. I think if once you find someone who either challenges you or not gets you to change, I think what I've heard most people have arguments combating about this is that people don't want to change. Like, why should I change for this person? You're not changing. I think it comes down to compromising. I think that's what most relationships do. You do challenge. We love for it to be easy. We love a relationship to be easy. Like, dude, if you want like everything in the world to have in a person, like, oh man, they're this, they do this, they're everything. It's impossible. It's almost nearly impossible. I think it just comes down to vibing. To me, I could be wrong. I'm no expert on this. I haven't been dating in 10 plus years, but I just noticed that's people are more happy being with someone regardless of what they're doing, whether it's traveling or whether it's eating or just staying at home. But it really depends on the person you're with. I think where it comes down to. But I think a lot of people see that beforehand. They're like, well, yeah, this person makes me good, but also I want to do this. They got to also do the things that I want to do. And as we're so singly thinking mindedly, as far as Gen Y, we're so used to thinking single-handedly or doing things independently, where it's, I could be wrong, but I've noticed more people want to do things. They want to do some things with someone that they want to do. And it's kind of like, okay, well, that's cool, but what are the things are you doing for that person that's making them happy besides you being happy? So, that's just another thought of process of what I'm going to throw as far as content. Granted, these are all things I've personally experienced and also talked to other people. And, it's just, it's key. I think it's what it comes down to. I guess maybe I'm getting old. You guys can say that. But, it's just getting to the point where I'm getting to that age where we should go back to what it was back then, where it made sense. Being in a relationship with someone made sense. And that's why I'm the way I am now, because it doesn't make sense, especially in their generation. So I kind of X'd out of it because it's just so much expectation, so much criteria for that. And just to keep a relationship healthy, you have to continuously do those things. So, like I said, this is my personal preference. If people probably are welcome to disagree with me. I love a discussion with any of you guys. If you guys are listening in or going to listen in, I like to have that open discussion. Feel free, join our episodes, our podcast. Let me know. Send me an email. We'll discuss it. But from my standpoint, I think it just seems like that's what I've seen. In that sense of it. And that's why the podcast is called Whydate. Why should we date? Why are we dating? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of questions. It's an open-ended question, as far as the name of the podcast. So just thought I'd just update you guys. I know it's going on 10 minutes now, so I just want to make a quick 10-minute thing and end it here. But feel free to tune in. Love to hear from you guys. Send a comment below or send an email at whydatepodcast.gmail.com or whydatepodcast at gmail.com. But yeah, tune in, let me know. Send me an email. Let me know if you guys want to jump on. Once I get my website on board, we'll start from there. Other than that, that's all I need to say as far as ideas and what content that needs to be said. But these are good conversations. All right, guys, take it easy.